Welcome back to another All-Station video. Today we're gonna be talking about something I invested in. Roblox content. To even think I have been on this platform for nearly 10 years is really mental. And one thing is for sure. There's been a bit of YouTubers in my lifetime on this platform. That's unfortunately what we're gonna be talking about today. The reason I say unfortunately because some of these are very controversial YouTubers. Without further ado, let's start off with some YouTubers I would like to talk about first.
Hey buddy, you know what? Fuck you.
Albertstuff. Or, Roblox Hub. Or, the other fucking names he had. When I was a child, I would watch so much Albertstuff to an unbelievable extent that it could be considered mental. And this was at a time where you could say basically anything on YouTube.
This is the I'm having sex with two different women at once. Big-breasted woman. Okay. Roblox, if you say this is okay, I'm gonna do it, so you can't blame me. What if I don't identify as either of these genders?
Call it childish, call it stupid, call it whatever you want, but this shit was hilarious back in 2016-17 era. Unfortunately, a known YouTuber known as PewDiePie would say something not so safe for work, and yeah, stuff happened called an adpocalypse, which ended up causing the downfall of Albertstuff, and I was devastated. And even though he is gone, for the better reason, I think we all know who Albertstuff is now. He did the right decision overall for YouTube. There might be a lot of re-upload channels that bring back Albertstuff's content, but even so, it's really not that worth it anymore. It's only a matter of time until you can get bored of it. And that's okay! Everything is gonna get boring after a while. But I have to rank Albertstuff and his originality, rewatchable content, and if you actually remember, then he gets a 10 everywhere. Anyways, I believe this is a very easy and obvious choice when I put Albertstuff here. I miss Albertstuff, but I'm not gonna pretend to say that he did not do the right decision. So yeah, next YouTuber.
What's up, Twisties? It's TwistedPandora.
I had to see it out of all the crew members. TwistedPandora was my favorite. Ironic because he was the least popular out of all of them. And at least he's not problematic. Unlike one of them. Anyways, back to TwistedPandora. He felt the most real out of all of them. And I shall admit that's the main reason I really liked his content the most. Even his thumbnails had a lot of passion into them. A lot of YouTubers don't do that anymore. Especially modern day murder mystery YouTubers. Because what the fuck am I looking at? No hatred towards modern day murder mystery YouTubers, but and just like any other Roblox YouTuber that was part of 2016-19 era, I'm assuming he just got bored of posting murder mystery content and anything to do with Roblox in general. I mean, he has not posted in 7 months. For his time period, I genuinely think he was the best murder mystery 2 YouTuber ever. But I think he's a B tier at best for now. Now let's give him actual ratings on his originality, rewatchability, and memorability. On his originality, I'm gonna have to unfortunately give him a 7. I think he's the original YouTuber, but Murder Mystery 2 was very outplayed at the time. For rewatchability, I have to give it a 9. You know why? Because Murder Mystery 2 fucking sucks now! And honestly, non-biased, I'm gonna have to give a 7 out of 10 for memorable. I loved them, but I don't know if a lot of other people did. And with that, I really don't think we should talk more about TwistedPandora. I mean, I could have talked about the other ones, but I think that'll be in the next video if you guys want that. I don't know. Anyways, with that, I guess I should start talking about our next YouTuber. Who could it possibly be?
Hello YouTube, my name is NNL Madhouse.
While everyone who was watching Ethan Gamer, I was watching NNL Madhouse. For some odd reason, my 10-year-old brain was eating the fuck out of this guy's content, and holy shit, shall I say he was one of the best Murder Mystery 2 YouTubers at that time. Shall I mention he also collabed with somebody we're gonna mention later on? Anyways, back to NNL Madhouse. He was a very typical meme Roblox YouTuber, I guess. I really don't know what to say. His content was everywhere. He was a very great member of the community though. And you must think, Murder Mystery 2 was a very raw game back in 2016 to like 18. This shit was so peak, and then we had an R15, and it became dog shit. And let's just be honest, NNL Madhouse was a very core founder of this game in my opinion, and I really miss his content. But Please, NNL Madhouse, come back for one video. Alright, I should probably talk a little what happened to NNL Madhouse. He just got bored of Roblox. He did become a Smash YouTuber for a while, but I don't really know. I kind of stopped watching after that. I grew up. That's all that happened. Overall, I had to rank NNL Madhouse at C. It's what I would say if he wasn't so goated! A tier easily. Now for our actual stats, I had to give his originality a 8 out of 10. His rewatchability is probably gonna be a 10 out of 10, solely because we would never get this Murder Mystery 2 again. Memorability? Like a 5. Like a 5, sadly. Anyways, on to our next YouTubers.
I'm done with Roblox, you know. But recently, I've just grown sick and tired of it. Another reason why is, well, the community and the moderating system of Roblox work together to be the worst thing ever created.
Idiot, you are so ugly! You should go back, look at his stupid face! You are so terrible! Now kill yourself!
The first thing I want to mention is I thought he was a she. It just made sense to me. I don't know why. Anyways, actually speaking of TheHealthyCow, holy shit, their content was on par with Burr. They ultimately forgot how well organized and edited their videos were. And shall I mention, it is very, very good for its time period, bro. These memes are old as hell!
Oh my god. Run!
Oh, guys, why can't I get through?
Hugo, that's a window! That's a window, Hugo! No!
This video was hard as hell. I cannot fathom the idea how invested I was in this content for its time period. Like, what the fuck? They were primarily Murder Mystery 2 YouTubers. They also had some bangers outside of Murder Mystery 2.
Alive, together forever. Hugo, what are you doing? Get that gun!
Lo conseguí desde Amazon Prime. 2 días de entrega. Y todo este tiempo ha estado en mi trasero.
Well, did you get his key card at least?
Sí, obviamente.
He was also very obsessed with Dennis Daly, like the Dennis Daly.
So using all the money I have from YouTube, my $5, I said, Dennis, do you love me? That's a tough question. Happening? What does she have that I don't have? Roblox isn't a new game. She doesn't even know what Roblox is, Dennis. She doesn't even know what Roblox is.
I personally believe it was very justified. Anyways, on to the ranking. For the originality, I'm gonna have to give it a 10 out of 10 personally. TheHealthyCow had it. Rewatchability is currently like a 9 for me personally. And as for how memorable they were, I'm gonna have to say they were 8. I really want to say they were more memorable, but I feel like a lot of people did not talk about TheHealthyCow when it came to a lot of other YouTubers. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh, tier list wise, without any doubt, this is easily a S tier YouTuber. Yeah, like no competition. You can tell me TheHealthyCow was mediocre. They were peak YouTube. Anyways, let's head on to our next YouTuber I have not even thought about yet.
Sun?
I'm going to fly towards the sun and press delete. There we go.
In my opinion, there's really not a lot I could say about the YouTuber. He was just one of those YouTubers I thought about when making this video, and I'm like, oh shit, I remember this guy. His trolling videos were how I found him, and honestly, I remember him becoming very popular off of them. Like, really fast. And they were very enjoyable, not gonna lie. He was actually posting really fat bangers constantly with these videos. And that's where it ends because I don't know what happened to him. I stopped watching. I would probably discover him like a year later and think, oh, I wonder what happened to his content. And then he started posting like this. Well, only this for like a couple weeks. Holy fuck. I should have never came back to this community. Anyways, this actually ranked TooQuick personally. For originality, I'm gonna have to give him a 6. Wait, pause. There's 2 other videos that I actually want to see from him real fast. Yeah, originality is like a 8 out of 8.5. For rewatchability, I had to probably give it a 6.5. I don't really think he's very rewatchable, but I think you can find some entertaining content from him still. And memorable, it's probably going to be the lowest at just 6, personally. I don't really think a lot of people would recall TooQuick, personally, but he was still really fun to watch as a kid. Personally, currently on the tier list, I'm probably going to have to put him at just B tier, personally. I think his content was fine as it was, but I think there's some flaws that I just don't like from it, and that's okay. everyone's gonna think differently. Anyways, let's talk about our next group of YouTubers, cause they're basically one of the same thing. These YouTubers do the same exact things, so we're gonna put them together, being Justice TV and Carva, who are both very relevant YouTubers at this time. Best animators on Roblox, can I mention? If I'm gonna say best animators, I should probably include Oblivious HD too, shouldn't I? I'm gonna talk about the most underrated one and my favorite one personally, being Justice TV. I'm not gonna lie, Justice TV had kind of dark content, low-key, y'all. Cause low-key, this shit was fire. Low-key, the storytelling was fire! To my knowledge, Sleepover was the most popular one coming from Justice TV, but you also had the Zombie Apocalypse, The Purge, and a couple other ones that were pretty fire, not gonna lie. And this was 100% before Moon Animator. These were very raw, shall I mention. So imagine the amounts of potential they would have with Moon Animator, you know? But overall, I believe people will actually have to watch Justice TV's content to actually give their full opinion on it, cause this is not the proper video, this is just a ranking. Which let's get to ranking Justice TV right now. For originality, I'm gonna have to give her a 10, personally. I think her content was the most unique out of all of them, so yeah. Watchability is definitely gonna get a 9.5 out of 10, just because, you know, I feel like you can rewatch a lot of these videos and be like, wow, there's so many things I missed when I was younger, which I feel like this definitely expresses the most out of. And for memorability, I think will be definitely the weakest. It's gonna have to be a 7 out of 10. In my opinion, I think Justice TV was just the smallest one out of all of them. Actually, this is not even an opinion, this is just a justified fact. She was the smallest out of all of them. Anyways, let's go to our next one, Carva. Carva is fully known for doing the Dress Girl series, so yeah, let's talk about that. I didn't like it, I thought it was really stupid. Like, I'm not even trying to be offensive, I just thought this was the weakest out of them all. Carva's a very impressive animator, so let's not talk about the red dress girl. Oh yeah, and somebody else already made a video on that. You guys should definitely check this one out. It's pretty fire. I believe Carva's mostly well known for his other animation styles, being his music videos that did really well, shall I mention. I'd be honest, I was the one person that thought music videos were cringe, so I really did not watch a lot of Carva, so I can't really give my full opinion. So we're just gonna do the ranking with him. For originality, I'm gonna have to give him a 10 out of 10 as well, just because animation on Roblox were really underrated at this time. For rewatchability, I believe it's gonna be an 8 out of 10. I do believe Carva was the weakest when it came to actual animation, so yeah, no offense. And for memorability, or how memorable he is, I'm gonna definitely give him a 8.5 out of 10 for this. I think he was a lot more popular than Justice TV. Not just a little, he was majorly more popular than Justice TV, but he was still a really good animator to watch. And with that, I think that's all I'm gonna say about those two. Let's get to Oblivious HD. He made the last guess, 1 trillion out of 10. Anyways, ranking wise, I'm gonna have to give Justice just an A tier, unfortunately. For Curva, he's like an A tier too. And then Oblivious HD, the best Dakota and most amazing animator ever.
I'm on Roblox, stick around to see what I think. Hey fellas, it's me, Rika, and you know
I'm literally out of time, so I'm gonna have to make this video as fast as I can. Sorry, this is a little rush. This is really awkward. Anyways, EpikRika was one of the first retrospective YouTubers I can always just think about. He was very entertaining with his gameplay, and it's always really fun to watch. He perfectly combined humor and actual gameplay with actual really interesting thoughts of each game he has talked about, and everything about Roblox in general. Roblox was in a horrible spot, shall I mention. I shouldn't even say horrible. Roblox has always had a bad spot, let's be real. Even so, I would watch any of his videos that he posted, and I would really sit there and think like, holy hell, this is the best video I have ever seen! Because of a lot of his retrospective videos were not that majorly big at the time, and I feel like he definitely popularized a lot of Roblox YouTubers to continue doing stuff like this. You don't see this often. Even so, he would go outside of Roblox and talk about other games, and that was interesting. I wasn't really big into those videos, but anything Roblox related when it came to him, he was so good. His editing style was peak. He was amazing and very creative at the time, and that's why I really miss him. Unfortunately, he did quit, and he made an entire video about it, but I mean, I understand why. Anyways, I'm pretty sure you guys know where this is going, and now let's rank him. For originality, I'm gonna have to give him a 10. He was the most original I have seen. Rewatchability, it's like a 9. Just overall. And memorable, like an 8. And if I had to rank him on tier list, easily, I'm gonna put him in S tier. I miss this guy. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't have a lot of time, so like, see you guys in the next video or something. Bye.